My dear mother-in-law, Jesus, as you know, often tells stories. Yesterday, Jesus was sitting in my boat just off the shore, teaching a large crowd. I could see on the hillside above a farmer sowing his seed. All that work to prepare the soil, sow, weed, and harvest the crop. I know why I prefer fishing. I've noticed that Jesus often uses everyday things to base his stories on. He must have seen the farmer, for he told us a story all about a sower. The farmer, he told us, was rather extravagant with his seed because he seemed to throw it anywhere. As a result, the seed landed on the hard earth path, some on the rocky ground and some among thorn bushes, as well as some in the soil he had prepared. Naturally, the birds ate the seed on the path, and the seeds on the rocky ground and in the thorn bushes never got a chance to develop. But the seed in the good soil produced lots of grain. Jesus finished his story with the words, "Listen then, if you have ears." My first thought was that the farmer wasn't much of one, how wasteful he was with his seed. Then I began to think. We've learnt that Jesus' stories are parables. Each has a hidden meaning, which Jesus uses to help us learn more about what God's kingdom is like and show us how we can live the best life of all. But knowing that didn't help me understand what the parable actually meant. We decided to ask Jesus later. When we did, Jesus gave us one of those looks that showed us we've missed the point again. "Don't you understand this parable?" he said. "How then will you ever understand any parable?" I think he expected us to do a bit more thinking. Was that what he meant when he said, "Listen then, if you have ears"? But the warmth of the day, the food we'd had for lunch, and all that walking, well, I needed a little rest first, and I knew Jesus would explain, which he did. He told us that the seed was the message about God's kingdom, and how people respond to the message links the different parts of the story. For some people, the message doesn't have any effect at all, like the seed on the path which the birds ate. Satan snatches it away. For others, the message excites them, but they don't really understand it and its implications. Like seed growing on the rocky soil, their commitment has no root. They have no staying power, and when things get difficult, they turn away. For others, they make a commitment, and their faith begins to develop. But things began to get in the way of their relationship with God. Riches squeeze out time with God. The feeling that it doesn't matter if God takes second place to things, such as work, family, social life. Therefore, like the seed in the thorn bushes, such things choke their faith and it dies. For others, their faith not only develops, but it also bears fruit and impacts not only their lives, but the lives of others too. As I listened to Jesus explain this, it made me think of the different people we have met and those who have heard Jesus' teaching and even experienced healing. Some of them have kept following Jesus. Others we've never seen again. And others of us have become one of Jesus' disciples. Am I the good soil? Will my faith develop? And will it have an impact for good on lots of others? But then I haven't been tested yet. Will I still hold true if I'm challenged or persecuted for my faith? Or will other aspects of my life get in the way? I hope not, but only time will tell. Lots of love, Peter.